Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be doing my very first favorites video for the month of July. This is all stuff that, even though it wasn't all launched in July, it's all stuff that I bought in July. And oh my goodness, I cannot believe it is almost August. And for all the people watching favorite videos, I'm sure you have heard that many times while watching these. Okay, so the very first thing I want to mention is this video is not sponsored. And the reason why I want to mention this is because, well, there's a lot of products from the same brand. And I just feel like this summer, this brand has done an amazing job with their products, and I'm so happy. So we're going to get right into it. And the brand that I'm talking about is CoverGirl. So this is the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation in L50 Fair Beige. This is my quote-unquote summer shade, so I haven't figured out what my lighter shade is. I'm usually in like the classic ivory range, so we'll see if I'm still there. One of the things I absolutely love about this foundation is there's 40 shades, and I think it is one of the few, the only other one I can think of that has this many shades is Maybelline in the Fit Me foundation, which I have not tried. So way to go CoverGirl for that. I think CoverGirl actually was was the first one to do that many shades. I could be wrong. I'm sure you guys will let me know if I am. So one of the things is, does it keep you matte for 12 hours? Not always. However, I have recently started applying it with a brush versus a beauty blender, and that does make a world of difference. And I know you guys are all like, duh, Kim, you're putting in a matte foundation with moisture in a beauty blender or a sponge or whatever, since I don't actually use beauty blender trade brand sponges. Anyways, I'm rambling now. So it does stay matte longer when you use it with a brush, so that is the way to go if you were like me and have oily skin. So I have oily combination skin, so that does make a huge difference for me. It is comfortable. You don't feel like you're wearing foundation. So, and I hate that feeling. I absolutely hate the feeling of wearing foundation. That's why for like basically 33 years I didn't wear the stuff. I wore it for a bit in high school, and I was your standard, wore a shade too light, didn't do bronzer or anything, and it was just, oh dear God, I looked awful. I look back at those pictures when I was 16 and go, oh my goodness, why didn't anyone tell me I looked like a ghost? Anyways, I'm ranting again. So, great product. I really like it, and it's very comfortable. It stays put. They say it is transfer resistant, and I've recently also gotten the habit of bringing it down my neck, since my neck is usually very red, because I rewatched the video of my very first makeup tutorial, and oh my goodness, you could tell it was like foundation face and red neck. It looked awful. So since then I have started putting it down my neck. I went out 2 days ago and I wore this down my neck, and I was wearing a white collared shirt with a tie. And it didn't transfer onto my white shirt, so that is a plus. I really do think it is transfer resistant. It is not transfer proof. So if you put something white against your face and you rub it, it's going to come off onto the white thing, whatever, like a shirt or a cloth or anything like that. However, just through wear, like if you do what I did, where you put it down your neck and you wear a white collared shirt, it shouldn't come off. At least it didn't come off for me. So that is a bonus for me. Alright, so the next product I'm going to talk about is the NYX Got You Covered. I am in the shade 04 Medium, and this, it's not a highlighter shade. This is like literally just a under the eye foundation for me. It is thick. You need the tiniest amount, like a little dot. And one of the reasons I love it is it's waterproof, and it is waterproof, 100% waterproof. So during the summer, and during the winter, so I'll probably do this during the winter as well, my eyes water like crazy. I have green eyes. They do not like bright sun. They water like crazy when it's really sunny out. So I use this guy. You do have to set it. Absolutely have to set it. However, once you set it, it is not going to move. It is not going to budge. It will crease. It will settle into your fine lines. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, I have pretty actually deep fine lines because of my deep set eyes, and it does settle in. Okay? But for me, every concealer settles in. I have not found a concealer that doesn't settle into my fine lines. So if that's your issue, you might not like this. However, I really like it. It stays put, and a little goes a long way. So that is great. So this tube is literally gonna last me forever. It's great. Alright, so now on to what I use to highlight my face for concealer, and that is the CoverGirl True Blend It's Lit in shade Light. One of the things I really like about it is you can actually see how much you've used. So it's a brush tip. You guys can see that it's like covered. Why did I do that with the black lid in my hand? Awesome. So yeah, it's got like a brush tip to it, so people might find that a little bit gross. So you crank it up, you brush it on, and then I use a sponge to blend it out. But it really does a great job at highlighting my face. I also do use this sometimes in my under eye when I'm a little bit lighter. It does not match well at all with this guy. However, it matches better with this one than the last shade I bought, because the first shade of this foundation I bought was way too dark. So, Fran's gonna get that one. Yeah, I think it's great. It's comfortable. And one of the things I really like about it is it doesn't really like flake off or anything like that, like a lot of the other concealers do. So I really like it, and it's really easy to like paint on your face to highlight different areas. It's great. Okay, like I said, there's a lot of CoverGirl in this. So the next palette I'm going to talk about is the CoverGirl True Blend Serving Sculpt palette in shade Bloom Babe. I had a really hard time with this palette at first because it is so pigmented, and I looked like a doll the first time that I used it. This bronzer for me is it's darker than the other one I'm used to, but it's just really just nice, and it is like a warmer bronzer, so it's not really like a contouring bronzer. It just brings a nice warmth back into your skin after you put on your foundation. Alright, so this blush here is a really nice coral blush. It has a really nice gold sheen to it as well. A little bit goes a long way, guys. However, little bit. You do not need to use a whole bunch. This guy here is probably the least favorite in this trio, but I did use it today. And usually when I use this trio, I use it anyways. It has a little bit more oomph than the highlighter I usually use, and it has a little bit more glitter, but it's still nice. It gives a nice sheen to the skin, and it lasts fairly long. So that is what I have been reaching for this month. So now my absolute favorites that have been launched, and that is the CoverGirl True Naked eye palettes. I have two. I have the Sunsets, and this one is the one that's my favorite, and I have not heard anyone talk about it, but I love it. I have the Dazed. Look at those colors. Oh my goodness, aren't they gorgeous? So I love bold colors. I have accepted this fact. I absolutely love bold colors. So whenever I go out, I tend to use this palette here. So what I'm wearing today, I'm wearing a combination of these two guys. So I'm wearing this color as my base, and in my transition I did this brown over here. I'm wearing this color here in the outer corner, and then I switched over to the Dazed, and I went this guy in the middle, and then this guy over like the end third here, and in my inner corner on my brow bone I'm wearing the highlight from the sculpting palette. My one thing about this palette is you do need a base underneath, or you need to wet the brush that you're using it with. If you don't, they don't really pop if you don't do that. So, but if you do, A, they will last, and B, they look absolutely amazing. My favorite here for some reason is this yellow, and it just looks, I don't know if you can see that, but it looks incredible. So let's do another one here. Like, come on, people. Look at that. It does swatch a little blotchy. Of course, it helped that I used the same finger. But I absolutely love this palette. The colors are so much fun. They're just a lot of fun, and I love it. So yeah, like I said, I love bright, bold colors. This guy, I have a feeling I'm going to be using a lot in September as well. To me, this palette screams fall, and I'm really looking forward to using this palette with a new dark purple lipstick that I bought that I'm testing out. I tested it out once, and I haven't really worn it since, but you'll probably see that on me in later videos. Alright, so next we're going to talk about the Infallible Longwear Eye Pencil. I recently fell in love with this. I tried it in March for the first time, and I was kind of like, okay, yeah, whatever. This is not the same pencil as what I used in March. So I gave it another shot at a trivia night that I did. And this is going to make me sound like the dumbest blonde ever. I didn't realize you could sharpen this. So I was so frustrated with it because in March when I used it for one weekend for a cosplay, and it stayed on. It stayed on wonderfully. But it wore down the tip the entire weekend. I'm like, okay. And then here, this end does turn, and I thought it was retractable. So I'm trying to turn it, and nothing's happening. I'm trying to turn it, and nothing's happening. And then I was watching Jessica Braun, Jam Beauty 89, who I love dearly. She's one of my favorite YouTubers. And she was like, yes, and you sharpen it like a regular pencil. And I was like, really? You do? I felt like an idiot. I still feel like an idiot telling the story to all of you, and I'm going to post it on YouTube and let everyone know how much of an idiot I am. It's great. So once I did that, I have fallen in love with it again. It stays put. I can tightline with it, and it actually stays. And that is so hard for me because my eyes water so much. So yes, this stays put. It's wonderful for cosplay. It's wonderful for every day. I use it all the time, even though I suck at eyeliner. I'm hoping, however, if I keep using it, I'll get better at it. Alright. So, this guy here is something that I revisited. So earlier on in the month, I was using the Younique Moonstruck Epic eyeliner. No, sorry, mascara that I do really like. But then I cracked back into my Voluminous Lash Paradise, and I remembered why I love it so much. It is full volume. It doesn't clump. It shows off the fact that I have very long eyelashes, and it makes them look so pretty and soft, and they're not all crinkly and brittle and gross. The wand is just absolutely, like, I love it. It is amazing. Look at that. Oh, lovely bristles. And it goes onto your eyelashes, and it just does absolutely wonderful, amazing things. There's a reason why people love this and rave about it. And this is one of my very first YouTube made me buy it purchases, and I'm so glad I did. My only thing I do not like about it is, for me, after about a month, it starts to dry out, and then it starts to flake off, and I don't like it for that reason, but it might be enough for me to keep purchasing it, like, once a month instead of once every 3 months. Oh, that hurts me saying that. So I have it in the shade Black is Black. That is the only one that I have tried. I haven't tried the Mystic Black or anything like that, but I love it. I absolutely love it. It's probably my favorite mascara couple of times. And for someone who doesn't want to sit there and put like literally spend like 5 minutes putting on mascara, I put one coat of mascara on. One. And it looks amazing. You don't need any more than that if you don't want to. So now my favorite lip product for this month, I think it was a limited edition, and I think it's done now, so I'm not going to be actually talking about the one I've been wearing the most, but this is my standard absolute favorite lip product, and you can still get it. So it is L'Oreal, and this is the Color Riche Shine volume, line, in shade 904 Burnished Redwood. For me, this is my Your Lip But Better color. It's a really like dark, dusty pink mauve thing. And guys, I know all YouTubers pronounce it mauve. It's pronounced mauve. I looked it up. So that's what I'm going to be saying. Mauve, not mauve. Anyways, so this is that shade, and I love it, and it's comfortable. It feels like you're wearing a lip balm, and I can literally, it's not long wearing. You do have to reapply it, but it's great, and I love it, and I'll be willing to reapply it as many times as I absolutely need to, because you just feels like you're putting on a lip balm. It's so nourishing. It's so comfortable. I can't even tell that I'm wearing it right now. It is amazing. I love it. And I do want to get more colors from this line, so you might see me with more colors on. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about two brushes that I bought, and you're going to notice one thing about them both. They're both dirty because I use them for this look, so yeah, please excuse that. So first is the Real Techniques blush brush, I think it is. I have heard so much about Real Techniques from YouTube, so I decided to give it a try, and I love it. It's soft, it's fluffy, I also use this for bronzer, and it gives a really nice, just bronze but not harsh look, and I love it, and it is amazing. And this next brush here is by NYX, and this is their like precision brush, I think it's called, and it's got a number on it. It's their 35. So it is teeny tiny, absolutely teeny tiny. It's what I use to get into my inner corner and also do my lower lash line. And it's dense, it's soft, and it gets right into the little teeny tiny corners. It also gets right in here, like right into where my eyes are very deep set and can get right into my crease. The one thing I really like about it is the handle. So I don't know if you guys can see it. It's like ergonomic in some ways. So I can hold it either up here if I want a lot of control. I usually hold it up here when I'm doing my under eye. Or I can hold it back here if I just want to sweep it off and have it nice and smoky. So I love that I can hold it in different ways, and it's comfortable, and it's got like little grips, so I know exactly where I need to hold it for how much control I want. And as someone that's more of a makeup beginner, that is fantastic, and I love that. Alright, so that is my current favorites and generally what I've been wearing every day for the month of July. If you guys want to see more from me, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell down at the bottom. And I hope you guys are having an amazing day, an amazing week, and I will see you guys later. Bye!